Hello everybody, my name is Jeremy Greer, also known as NotECEC, and I'm here to introduce you to the latest Fat Tarkus video. I decided to record a little commentary on this one to see if you guys liked it. I had a friend of mine come over and record with me, and I would like to introduce Gary Butterfield. Hello Gary.
Hello Jeremy. Hello people.
How are you today?
Who are watching this video. Doing well. Doing well. Happy to be here. I like these videos. I like this. I like concept trolling.
Yeah, absolutely. So, non-fatal trolling is what I like to call it.
Yeah, that's true. It's gentle troll, and I've seen this video. We watched this before, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again.
Making fun of this poor bastard
for the first time. Yeah, this guy. This is people who are watching this and seeing the episode link. You should know this is not a montage or anything. These are not several people who have been Tarkused. This is one dude.
This is a full unedited invasion, which a lot of my followers really seem to dig. I didn't think anybody would sit down and watch a 20-minute video with just one invasion, but yeah, apparently they're fairly popular. So here we are.
So here's our man.
Yeah, this is where I completely messed up a plunging attack. I was going to try to be nifty, and that did not happen at all.
I didn't know you could do a plunging attack with the shield.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So let's go through just since this is the first time you've commented on the video. Sorry about that. It's my cat jumping up on my lap. He will also comment, I'm sure. Tell us about Fat Tarkus. Like, what equipment are you using? What stats are you using? What are you doing to get this effect?
This is all... I like this part right here because it looks like the lizard man got into the cage with me.
Oh, yeah.
Which has to be a terrifying experience. Fat Tarkus was originally a gimmick that I made for Upper Blighttown. It was a man-eater Mildred gimmick. So I don't remember the exact stats, but it's something like still level 39 or 49 with... I mean, I barely have the strength to two-hand the shield with this spell, which is great because all you need to do is, hold it, as you can see here. And then all of the Fat Tarkus, or not really Fat Tarkus, but Black Iron gear. As you can see, I made him with a fat body style. That's where the Fat Tarkus came from. Yeah. That's really basically it. I don't really get too clever with this whole build. I just kind of stand in one place and let them just bash their head against the shield.
Yeah, which is always a good time. Guy looks like is he wearing partial bandit?
Yeah, I think so. You get, especially with this low of a soul level in Sins, you get a lot of new people. You get a lot of Drake swords. You get a lot of gargoyle helmets, knight shields, that kind of thing. Kind of this stereotypical noob setup. And you get a lot of very underpowered pyro gear. Actually, I think that looks like some of the pyro gear, if I can tell.
Yeah, he was definitely wearing bandit stuff a moment ago. Maybe he just went and changed. He shit himself and he's heading back.
And this dude's pyro glove must be a little bit upgraded because it's actually going through my shield, which sometimes the fire doesn't even chip away through the damage, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
I do like when they bring out the throwing knives and the arrows because it's always...
I always wonder if they're aiming for headshots. Because when I first played... Yeah, I thought that was a thing. Like if somebody had their shield up and you could
go around they always go for headshots. And you can kind of see, I think right here is when it starts happening. You can see he's aiming up and either he misses me completely or it bounces off the shield.
Yeah, you can't go around and you can't shoot somebody's shins through their shield or anything like that either. It's not the whole thing. But I didn't know that. I also didn't know for the longest time that you could two-hand a shield because there's no reason to ever two-hand a shield.
Except for
in the game, except for this one right here.
Except for Havel Shield, right?
Oh, because of the
special
or the
R2 that gives you all of that poise or whatever.
Yeah, for 30 seconds though.
Yeah,
I've never seen him on PvE. Just in really cool just gimmick.
Yeah, dumb gimmick builds on YouTube is pretty much the primary purpose.
Gimmick PvP. Yeah. So you gotta give it to this guy. He's very persistent. This is. So.
Yeah, he really thinks these arrows will eventually work for him, which you gotta give him credit for. He's really going after it.
He sees your life total. And it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not creeping down.
No.
He's just. I really wish at this point, there was all these weird rumors about voice chat in Dark Souls 2, but I really wish sometimes I could hear on the other line like exactly what these people are thinking, saying out loud.
Man,
what the fuck is going on?
One-way voice chat that you don't know about, like
exactly.
eavesdrop.
Did you see what he did right there and try to black crystal me out? One of my favorite things that new people try to do.
Yep, that's what I thought it did for forever. Like that's 100% what I thought it did.
Well, if you read the description, it's like, oh yeah, just get rid of unwanted fandoms. This dude's unwanted.
I need a sack of shit blocking up my doorway. I really hope. One of the things I thought of when I saw this, I really hope this is this guy's first invasion, and this is just what he thinks they're like. Like it's always just gonna be somebody like. Just fucking around. And then I love that that's Phantom right here, just showing off. Going right through. You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
See you later.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, they always do, a lot of these people that I invade, they always do this, like, dance where they come up real close and then they pull real far back. And, of course, this dude starts gesturing for some reason, like that's going to get me to do anything.
I think he's trying to, it's partially, and I get it. You know, even though I don't think he quite gets it at this point. He's got a little ways. The dances, too, I think that it's a trap, or they think it's a trap. Like, you are trying to get them to do something when you're totally not.
No,
like,
the more that they just sit there and I impede their progress, the better off for me, absolutely.
Yeah. Is this a specifically good spot, or are there other,
I like Upper Sin specifically because it absolutely allows them not to progress through the level. With the way that the Dark Souls levels are usually laid out, like if this was in Orlando, like you could probably, there's only a couple of places that you could really do this with, and that would assume that they're early in the level. There's several people that I've seen on do this at the Orlando Archers, for example. I think I've even got a video up for Fat Tarkus on where the dude spent 18 minutes trying to chip away with poison arrows and then just falls off the side on his way up.
Have you done rafters?
No, I haven't. I've never been able to reliably invade somebody and have them be like in the rafters. That's just never happened to me.
Yeah.
Usually when I invade from that like first spot in Orlando, it becomes a fight, and this dude is just not equipped to fight.
No, nope.
Oh look, this guy, he threw a Lloyd's Talisman at me, so he's an NES in this fight.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just reading his descriptions or trying everything in his inventory at this point. Like, if the programmers allow this to happen, they have to have some kind of countermeasure for it.
It's crazy that he hasn't learned like bleed weapons, which are kind of a pain in the ass on this build.
Yeah, well, they don't. I mean, it's not that crazy. They don't explain anything in the game. Like, he maybe hasn't picked up something with bleed, right?
Well,
like at this.
There's a couple swords that do it.
Oh, he could have, but it's also,
Oh, it's easily
not
possible he missed it. Has no idea.
Yeah, especially if it's his first playthrough, which, who knows. But, yeah, he's getting brave. Being a brave man.
Maybe if I just kick him out of the way. And it's got to feel pretty good to actually move a little bit.
Yeah, like if I can just kind of spam this kick. Is there anything, you don't have to reveal it, you can bleep it out if there is something, but is there anything that gets past this? Like, is there anything someone can do? You said bleed weapons are kind of a problem.
Bleed weapons, really over, high-level magic. I usually can fat roll my way through most magic, but it will get me through the shield, and I just can't heal it enough in time.
Yeah.
I've had people whip out the Shodel before. Go to town, which is always very useful. I've also had people whip out the Shodel probably thinking that it would work and then only using the R1 attack, which doesn't actually go through the shield. But yeah, there's ways to work around it. You can always I always carry moss, so poison doesn't really work. I try my best to roll through bleed, but that bleed can get me. Magic is a big one, and if they have 2 or 3 phantoms kind of ganging up on me, it will eventually drain my stamina to the point that they can break through and they actually start attacking. So at this point, I have no idea what this dude is doing. He's literally just standing there. And if you're curious what I'm doing at this point, I'm kind of glancing at the screen every couple of seconds, but I'm looking at Tumblr, I'm checking out holding the controller with one hand and using the laptop with the other hand.
Checking your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It took me a while, but I will eventually get him with that shield push, and I love the animation that people make when they just kind of sprawl back. Yeah, just I like that he's dual, that he's two-handing his weapon, but like to what purpose?
Yeah,
and
it's what they teach you to do in Demon Souls.
yeah,
Pre-poise, but nothing going.
And then the crazy footwork. He's floating like a butterfly out there.
Yeah, I don't know what is that. Does he think you're gonna do the shield bash and he's gonna slip behind you?
Bait me, because I do have people that will actually try to bait me to do this shield bash, and then will try to like do a jumping attack or something. I'm, I guess, regrouping, but it hardly ever works.
That's why I think he's doing that.
Now he's just hanging out. You think he's literally like looking through his inventory, going, "Okay, what do I have? What do I have?"
That's exactly what's happening. There's no way around it. I've never been fun invaded, and that sucks. Okay. I want all invaders to be something.
Yeah.
I've just been dickhead invaded. A couple of people who like had interesting builds, but nobody who's literally just trying to do something funny. Which is
so much of my time actually invading that I hardly ever I don't have that many I was invaded stories except a year and a half ago when I started playing the game for the first time.
Yeah. When I invaded, I wasn't doing anything funny, but it was at least like a gimmick.
Yeah.
Thing when I kind of spent my PvP time, but yeah, boy.
So I like this. He obviously picked up I think that's the claymore from somewhere. I was like, okay, maybe a bigger weapon will help. Nope.
Yeah, there's no getting off this train. Not this Tarkus train. Have you seen this because you watch streams and stuff like that? I don't know how much you lose if you don't wear the helmet. But have you considered making your face like as fucked up and blue and stupid looking as possible in doing this? Because you could have a real, like the kind of head that would be on an eraser topper on a pencil. If you want. I thought you were
about to say the kind of head out of a eraser head, and I was like, yes, absolutely. Yeah. We were going with that. My Karmic Justice Invader, because he wears the crown of dusk, the bunny ears, so he's he has a real effed up face. Like I made him scary, real like huge buggy eyes and the whole thing. So yeah, he's real nasty. With this dude, I think this guy even has like the default face. I don't even think I customized it at all because I made this so long ago that it was before I really got into trying to make the faces as messed up as possible.
That's like the idea of like a stoic, just like standing guard, but with just like a purple, like looking like one of the villain, like the claymation monsters from the Moonwalker movie. Have you ever seen that Michael Jackson movie with all the this disgusting land of confusion flesh golems? Like,
oh man, that's good. Yeah, I should get on the PC version sometime and make my head like twice as big as my body, and then do this.
Yeah, or you could put something funny on your shield.
Yeah,
like that kind of modding shit. Like you just have one dude. This is just your guy for this. Like you're not rolling up fresh Tarkuses. This is the dude. Yeah.
And technically not even a dude, like I said, because he started off as a Mildred gimmick. So I would.
Oh yeah.
So Fat Tarkus is a lady.
Whoa. Exclusive. So,
I like this guy because like he tried to get me from the side, which I guess maybe shows he knows a little bit about dead angling, but maybe not. Maybe he was just trying something new. And then he switches to the wolf ring because, I'm hitting him so much that he's going to need that extra poise.
Yeah.
And then
he just thought it would make him more graceful. Like he thought it was poise the same way Jackie O had poise with her wolf ring. Yeah.
You're not a quarterback. You don't need that kind of poise.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite
parts
just
doing
video,
laps.
where he's literally doing laps around the thing.
Good exercise. It's like the way people in prison exercise. Like he's just doing push-ups because like what else is he going to do with his time? He might as well become stronger.
Exactly.
Stay in shape. Yeah.
Good old dark souls.
And doing those little scoots, like these little scoot things
he's
doing.
Phantom.
I know his Phantom going to be so good. Yeah, it happened during the gesture part too, like him just like waving for you to follow him, and then the other Phantom waving hello and stuff in place. So.
And then he literally just kind of disappears for a little while.
Yeah. Does he come back with something that merchant sells?
No, I don't think he's ever gone for that long. But there's another like separation crystal.
Whoa! And the kick. The shield dash. Right in the back.
And again, that looked like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And at this point, like 15 minutes into the video, because 15 to 20 minutes is about the time I start figuring out, like, okay, how am I going to kill this person, or how am I going to let this person lose?
Yeah.
And usually, my new rule is if they get to 20 minutes, I usually try to give them something and then send them a funny message from Fat Tarcus and then, Black Crystal out. But so at this point, I'm like, what am I going to be doing with this guy? But then he keeps, attacking me, so I'm like, well, I'll just hang out until he's done attacking.
Yeah. Learn your lesson. Whoa. That shield bash animation's so good.
I know.
It's like Jerry Lewis, just slipping on a bit like a roller skate. The opening credits of.
I should mention that one of for those that don't know Gary, he runs he's one of the pair that run the Bonfireside Chat podcast. This is from Gary's part, by the way, where my shield breaks.
Yeah. It's working.
I never ever think to repair this stuff because I just.
Because you don't have to repair anything. Like, you go through the whole game without doing it, and you're usually fine. But if you only know.
He never reacted fast enough. I had my guard the whole time. But what I was saying is Gary, alongside his buddy Cole Ross, runs the Bonfireside Chat podcast. And one of your guests on that podcast was actually the original idea for Fat Tarkus. I don't remember her something awful name, but it was Vivian, I think is what she...
Yeah, Vivian.
She gave the original idea to be I think she was doing a Dark Moon Invader that was just literally blocking progress, and I took that and ran with it. I was like, that is the shit I have ever heard.
I'll be sure to let her know. And she'll be pleased to hear that. I like this tactic, and I also thought, now that I know that you were a Mildred at this point, it'd be pretty pimp to, like, if you wanted to find a way to end it, to just leave them the cleaver or whatever, or like a set of the cleaver stuff, and then just like a message is like welcome,
I probably should go, because I've got all of these souls on this. I should go buy, like, can you buy the black iron armor, or do you only find it in Enrolando?
Oh, that's a good question.
I should go.
I don't know. Like,
just drop it for people that survive.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and just welcome to the club.
Welcome to Fat Tarkus.
One of us. Yeah. But so, I admire this guy's spirit as well.
Yeah, he changed out his weapon. He's using, like, their special R2s for that weird attack. There's this Phantom again, which is always hilarious. I do love the R2 and then immediately roll back.
Yep, scared. If only he knew. Nope. I also like the way the lighting keeps changing. There, it makes it look like you're in kind of a fun, I don't know, like a fancy bathroom or. Yeah,
Dark Souls is really weird about the lighting effects, just like you can do with the tunnel at the end or beginning of Blighttown, depending on how you're.
Yeah.
Where everything's looking normal, and then everything's ugly yellow.
I saw something for the first time recently that I hadn't seen, because I know the music is all contextual as well. Like, I know that in Ash Lake, depending on which way you're looking, you get the music turns on or off.
Yeah, there's a real funny video on YouTube.
But it does that with the Asylum Demon as well. So if you die to the Asylum Demon and go in through that first door, depending on what side of the door threshold you're on, the music will start or stop. And it's much more bombastic music, so it's kind of funnier than it is in Ash Lake. At this point, I think at this point he understands you're fucking with him, and he's trying to amuse you or somehow get good graces. Like
and I should note that, like, at this point, I'm actually, or maybe not just yet, but I'm actually trying to, with one hand, log into Xbox.com on my laptop so I can send him a message. Or not on Xbox.com. I'm trying to open up the app on my phone and, like, type a message. In fact, it'll pop up so-and-so connected with Smart Glass. Because I want to send him a message. At this point, I'm thinking, well, I'm going to do something nice for him and then leave. But he just keeps attacking me, so I'm having a hard time. And he just has no idea what to do.
Oh, bolt.
Yeah, that attack didn't even get close to me, which was awesome. Nope, rejected. That's the
I don't know what I would do in that situation. Like, I would definitely appreciate it, and then how would I fill up my 20 minutes at that point? That I don't know.
Well, I mean, you could. Some people have suicided.
Yeah,
which is always hilarious.
It's always an option in any situation we find ourselves in.
Yeah, not just in dark business,
just
in your personal relationship.
Yeah, like awkward phone call.
Yeah, just anything. Like, you get to leave a tip.
Always an option.
But yeah, I mean, any like bleed weapons. If you have any kind of katana at this point,
yeah,
I mean that's your best option. Although I have gotten reasonably good at rolling bleed, so because like if you roll right as that bleed effect procs, it's during your iframe, so you don't actually get the damage from it.
Yeah.
So again,
at this point, you're kind of letting him make some progress.
Well, this is when I was trying to type that message.
Oh, this is not you giving him a ray of hope to make sure he doesn't disconnect right before his reward.
No, I'm trying to send him a message.
Yeah, you're doing two separate, like almost playing two separate games at this point. Which you should consider that too. That would be a good challenge run, like super gimmicky challenge run idea, is to see if you could one hand a Fat Tarkus and just claw grip and see how far you can get into the game. If like on the PC.
There was that one Asian dude that finished the game with his toes, so I guess it's possible.
Yeah, I've seen some guy get surprisingly far blindfolded with somebody describing what to do and doing all like clock directions, like all 2 o'clock, strong attack, 2 o'clock.
How would you ever do that in a 3D game? Because I've been playing this forever, and I get kind of
yeah, it's impossible.
He crazy. How do you?
I think he killed a Taurus demon and he got 2 gargoyles but couldn't kill them.
That's impressive.
With that. But yeah, it's super impressive. And it took like an hour and a half. Like it was so, it took forever.
I think it pops up here when I actually send him the message and he backs off. But he's still, I mean, you gotta give him credit. 20 minutes.
He's angrier.
Yeah, at this point.
He's like at this point, it's about something.
Yeah,
and these
slip by me in here.
These people message you back when you do this?
Some do, some don't. Like, I just started getting to the point where I'm sending funny messages to people. Like, I'll Slack. One will pop up on the screen, the one that I sent him, and people either take it, in stride and like that kind of Dark Souls sense of humor, or they just don't respond and they get kind of maddish. Like in one of my Fat Tarcus videos, like one dude sent me a voice message that said, just in like the most defeated tone of voice, just please let me by. But then he ended it with, stop being a little bitch, and I was like, well,
you have to throw that tag on there. Yeah. Oh, thanks. We don't use that word in Sun's Fortress. Sun doesn't go for that.
Yeah, that's not...
Sun's gender.
Sin could easily be a lady, you just never know. So yeah,
totally.
This is the message that I sent to him. I should have just put it on the screen.
And decent reward.
Yeah, fine.
So I mean, you just have a big handful of souls of Smo. I mean, you could have...
This character is from the days where bottomless blocks glitching was a big thing.
Yeah.
So, this character had like 99 of everything at one point. So.
Yep. But 5 humanity is decent for that.
I think
you're turning into a challenge run. I want people to seek you out and then see like what happens if they can last an hour. And at that point, it's like bam, 50 souls of Gwyn. Just...
Yeah. So this guy actually sent me a very funny message.
He's still scared though.
Yeah,
a little bit. He doesn't.
Very watchful.
He's still a little bit trepidatious, but patience is rewarded. And the bow
at the end.
Yeah, very nice.
And that's it.
Good job, Jeremy.
Well, thank you, Gary. Thank you. Thank you for commenting on this for me. I really appreciate this. This was a really nice surprise. Do you want to tell everybody where people can find you on the internet? Because I know you can be found. You're like internet famous now, so you can be found.
Oh, well, I thank you. Your words, not mine. I don't know if I'd say that, but thank you. So as Jeremy mentioned, we do a podcast on Dark Souls. It's one of only a couple, and I'm very proud of it. It's called Bonfireside Chat. As we're recording this, I don't know, when will this come out?
Probably this week, probably tomorrow, the next day. Yeah.
Cool. So we're finishing up. We're kind of killing time before Dark Souls 2. and talking about the origins of the series. So we're talking about the Berserk manga and Kingsfield 4. But we have whole seasons on Dark Souls and Demon Souls where you go area by area. And we had some cool guests. Jeremy's been on a few times to talk about PvP and talk about Demon Souls. And then, we just kind of go through the area and talk about the lore. Ends up being a lot of the conversation. Kind of lore and boss fights, And and you can also find, I've done a bunch of Dark Souls Let's Plays on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/watch out for fireballs. So they're kind of gimmick runs just for me. I'm not super great at the game, but just, what happens if I, kill all the bosses with bows and arrows, stuff like that. So nothing you haven't seen other people do, harder things, but
I will highly recommend. I very much enjoyed your Sorcerer only playthrough. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's was me getting a little bit more challenging. This is a deleted scene thing that will never come out. I started recording a Fist only playthrough, and I got like 4 episodes in it and got too mad and was not having any fun, and decided, I haven't put any of these up. I just never will because I want to finish this run. Pro tip, like, don't do that run. It's a pain in the ass and it's not very good.
It's only fun if you can somehow sequence break and get the claws very, very early, because that's basically the only decent fist weapon in the game, really. Besides the Dragon Fist, which
which I haven't gotten yet. I was doing Quelaag with +5 magic fist, and it's so bad. It's so slow. I got her down to like 10% and died, and I was just like, I can't. I'm actually angry in a way I haven't been in a long time. I can't do this. So I stopped. But if you want to check that out, it was fun to watch, and thanks.
And since this is a unique opportunity, please leave it in the comments if you like the video, if you want me to commentate on more stuff, or if you just like the raw PvP feeds with awesome weird music that I usually put over on top of it. And really, that's it. Thank you guys for listening. Again, Gary, thank you for commenting on it.
Of course.
And we'll talk to you guys later.